Hi everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. I've got a whole lot of toilet rolls here. Now I have actually sprayed them all with Glen 20, so don't be alarmed. And they're taken out of the bathroom directly after use. So I'm going to be making some little thank you gifts for customers that purchase items from my shop. So I'm using some of my digitals here. I'll put down the links to them in my shop. These are the, I've forgotten what you call them, the Nature's Collage Kit. So what I've decided is I'm not going to use the full toilet roll. I'm just going to cut probably about, it's about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch off the top. I just don't want these to be overly big. And I'm just going to squash down the top and use a Stanley knife to do that. So I'm going to cut the top off all of those. So depending on the size toilet roll or paper roll, whatever you're using, hand paper roll you're using, you just need to work out approximately how wide the tube is, and they're all pretty much the same. They might be off a millimetre here or there, but nothing too much. So I'm just going to cut each roll a piece of paper, and I'm just going to add that paper once it's cut with some glue. So I'm getting much more confident now with my metal ruler and the Stanley knife. Normally once upon a time I wouldn't use it. I don't know why, it's just I don't ever seem to get anything straight, but I'm just being lazy here, and while I've got it out I'm just using that and cutting the strips down. I think they're about 3.5 inches wide. So I've worked out if I just fold that strip in half, that will be enough to go around the full diameter of each roll. So I'm just going to cut all those strips in half before I start gluing. So I'm just using a glue stick here. You can use wet glue if you like. I've just, for ease of that day, I just decided to use a glue stick. I'm just putting quite a liberal amount on there, and then I'm just going to roll it onto the roll. Now it doesn't go on exactly straight. I do try to fix it up, but it in this whole scheme of things it doesn't matter. So I'm just rolling it through and just rubbing it as I go. And then on the end, I'll put a little bit of wet glue, so my art glitter glue, just to make sure that that all stays adhered really well. So I'll do that on all of them before we head on to the next step. So they're all nicely covered. You can see on some of them, you can see some of the roll still, and some don't join up, but as I said earlier, it doesn't really matter because we're going to add washi tape, which is what I've got just above me on the mat there. So what I'm going to do now is just trying to work out the best side to actually press down, and I'm going to really burnish the edges there because the rolls are quite thick, but I don't want to crease the whole way down. Now I'm going to add a little bit of, what do you call that? Art glitter glue, just on some of these joins because they have lifted a little bit because I haven't gone right to the edge. So just so that it looks much nicer, that's all. And then on the bottom of where I've creased that roll, I'm going to add some washi tape. So adding the washi tape to where I've creased it, it allows you to not have to be so perfect when you're putting your cover. I'm putting a little bit of wet glue on the bottom there as well, just because, well, washi tape's not meant to be overly sticky, but I want this to be sealed shut. Now, I don't know whether these actually have a name or not, but do you remember the ice blocks that we used to have? I think they were called Sunny Boys. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but that's what I can remember from my childhood, and they look same as this. Once you see them put together, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm just putting the washi tape on the base of all of these, just burnishing it really well so that it sticks down, and then you can see how I've got the bits hanging out the side. They can just be trimmed off. So I'm going to go and do that on all of the rolls that I've done, and then I'll be back very shortly. You can see they've all got washi tape on the bottom there. Now, if you had a wider washi tape you wouldn't have to be fiddling around as much as I had to, because I only had fairly thin washi tape. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fill these little, I don't know, whatever we're going to call them, with some nice little stickers and bits and pieces to say thank you for supporting my small business. But what I'm doing first is I'm just creasing the top the opposite way to what I did on the bottom, just so that I can make sure that they're going to fit in the containers properly. So I'm just going to fiddle around and fill each one with some little surprises, and then we'll head on to the next step. Oh, these are looking so cute. So I'm just making sure that they're sitting in there nicely and squashing the tops down. So you can see that I've squashed them down the opposite way to what I did originally. And I'm going to burnish each one as well. Excuse me, a little bit better. Same step, a bit of glue, a bit of wet glue, and then washi tape. So I'm just matching up the washi tape to what's on the bottom and sealing it shut. Now I'm just making sure that they're all sealed shut, and that's what they look like. Aren't they cute? Now if little wrinkles and divots worry you, it's probably not the project for you, but it's just the nature of the beast really, with the toilet rolls, the way that they're made, and then the paper going on them. So now I'm just going to work out a few labels to stick on there, and I'm just going to put thank you on each one, and just stick that on the bottom, just so that people know that, well, hopefully they know if they shake it that there's something in there, and they can cut the top off and open them up and use all the goodies inside. Now these are stickers, but I'm adding a little bit more glue just so they stay stuck down. So I'm just up to the last one there. Aren't they cute? It really does take me back to my childhood and sitting on the trampoline and on a hot summer's day slurping on a Sunny Boy ice block with my friends. What fun. If only we could go back, hey? I really love them. So I'm just going to add now an eyelet in the top of each one. I'm just using my crocodile and a 3/16 of an inch eyelet. I'm just going to put them in the top, and I'm going to hang just a little dangle from them just to add a little something to them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not sure whether you really need to see me put holes in, but I'll just show you where exactly I'm putting it in. Fairly close to the top. Oh, well, you can't see there, but fairly close to the top, so that when I put the dangle on with the bulb pin, they can move freely. You can see there. Okay, I've got my little box of pins, and I'm going to use up these little, or not use up, because I had a day of making these little dangles where I've used Dimensional Magic. So I've got hundreds of them. So I'm going to put just a number dangle on each one, and I just think it adds just a little something, a little bit extra. So I'm just going to fiddle around. I'm not going to be too precious as to what colour bulb pin I put on or anything. I'm just going to grab the first one I find and put charms on each one. Ooh, on to the last one. I'll show you them all there. Don't mind the glue all over my fingers either. I don't know, can't manage to use glue these days without getting it everywhere. So I'm just going to show you them up close. Aren't they just beautiful? I think they are. Oh, my fingers look gross. I'm sorry about that. So fun little project. Even if you wanted to you could put lollies or candy, whatever you call it, in them and send them as happy mail to your friends. You could put money in there as a gift for somebody. Oh, it's endless really what you could put in there, but they're all very similar yet very different. I had fun using them. So using the toilet rolls, I'll be keeping the paper towel rolls and everything now, I think, and be making more. All right, let me know in the comments what you think about that, guys. I hope you enjoyed creating with me, and until next time, I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. See you soon. Bye.